Hi, guys. Good afternoon, evening, morning, wherever you might be. My name is Matt, and what we do here is we dollar cost average $1,000 a day. At least we used to, but now we are definitely pausing on the dollar cost averaging because, as you can see on this chart, things are not looking very great. I drew this out a couple days ago, and it's holding true, and I'm a little nervous about it, and I don't want to be dollar cost averaging as we're coming down. My suspicion is I don't know where we're going, but I suspect we could come down pretty far. Generally, if you close below the 100 week, I mean sorry, the 50 week moving average, you tend to go test the 200. This is not great news, obviously, if you're a bull, but if you're a bear like me, this is great news because I want to buy lower. Obviously, I want to bring my. Let me see if I can add this indicator to the 100 week. Let's see if that shows up. There it is. So we're not very far away from the 100. It's coming up. So it is right now where the where we had that wick come down. So if we go below this, it's a guarantee. It's 100% every single time it's happened. The 50 week, nearly every single time. I mean, there's one anomaly. It's, you know, you can kind of count it, you can kind of not. It's right here. All right, we went up above. Oh no, sorry. It's yeah, we got below and then we went above and then we came back down. So that's kind of interesting. We generally don't do that. When we get down below, it's like just going down below, right? So this was that one anomaly, but in this case, but if you when you get back below the 100 week, it's every single time. But hey, listen, don't let me ramble on because we're really here to talk today about what Putin's doing. And let's look at the fear and greed index. It's at 20. It's at extreme fear. I believe this is going to go down further now coming up because we're going to keep capitulating. I've been watching this all day. We're at 36.9. We're going to keep going down. Putin orders forces into rebel eastern Ukrainian region after recognizing their independence. I saw the YouTube video. It was pretty wild. It was just like, whoa, like they're just doing it, right? Like, let's see if I can get you guys there. Um, let's go to Europe, Donbass region. So uh, this is eastern Ukraine. So it's like it's this region here. It's quite a bit. It's a big chunk, and I think the borders are kind of checkered here. We obviously can't read any of this. Donetsk, so it's actually larger. So it's like all of this, Donetsk, and this northern region. So this is actually the demarcation line right here. It's that province. So that does not connect with Crimea, doesn't. But you can bet that he's working on that, right? So it's like this entire eastern region. That's what he said. Putin said, basically signed a deal with this place and Luhansk as well. Luhansk and Donetsk, that they can be separate states essentially, parts of Russia, and that's freaky for a lot of people. But we as investors, and this is some video I wanted to show you. This is people where they this is in Donetsk. They're celebrating as breakaway regions, right? So that's exciting. Now, who knows if these are, how who set this up and what's actually happening on the ground? We don't know, right? This could all be set up and sort of like part of the deal. But we really don't know. We don't know the deals. We don't know the details. So this is obviously what's causing this giant collapse, right down to here. And I suspect this will go further. I don't think this is like a quick thing because there's still more things to happen. Now that this has happened, you can expect some the U.S. and everyone else going to sanction, and there. If Ukraine doesn't agree to give up this land, which is what's very interesting, if they don't agree to just give up this land, then they must fight for this land. And if they must fight, then we will see this come much further down. Now, this is part of being an investor, right? Being an investor, we have to look for opportunities for events like this where Putin needs to get something, and we have to keep level-headed so that we can take advantage of these opportunities, right? And this is part of the deal. So, as tragic as it is that people's homes and some people will die, we must stay level-headed and push through. In other news, Next Bitcoin run won't happen until end of 2024, says top crypto exchange co-founder. This is the co-founder of Hubei, I think. Yeah, Hubei. Hubei? It's a Chinese exchange. So I read through it, and he says this because so the next one's in 2024, and he says this because as you can see in this chart here, when the halving occurs, essentially the difficulty of mining Bitcoin increases by 2. And when this happens, there's a supply shock. And that supply shock is what shocks the market up, right? That's what we see that's what we see happen. And so you could see here, it shocks the market up. The supply is suddenly reduced, and you see this spike up. And you see it here as well. If this, now this person here, X Force Global, theorizes that this was not the top, right? This was just the beginning, and that we're going to see one more capitulation before we see an actual top for 5. He's talking about Elliott wave theory, which I am not familiar with and I cannot speak at. Before we see a major capitulation down to something, I don't know what, and then make our way back up. According to this chart, the bottom is quite low. I don't know if that could actually be reached, but anyways, this is the theorization currently, and I hope this to be the case, because it would actually be tragic if this was the absolute top for this, and then the concept of diminishing returns is even more evident, and that would be quite scary, because I mean that would be really tragic in my humble opinion. But this halving is really important. So we can almost time the next halving. We could time for when we want to be ready for the next bull market, let's say. So once this is done, we don't know when the next bull market is between now and his chart here goes until 2020 2024, and historically we've seen that things really do shape up in this way, right? So we'll want to be careful leading up, but we can time that the next one is sometime in 2024. It looks like basically this time 2024, so 2 years away from now. So end of February, early March is kind of when the kickoff for that next bull market is, that we see that shock. So you want to have your Bitcoins already bought around this time, I would think. But if you're wondering, I'm not holding any now. Well, I'm holding a small bag, but I've sold out of most of my positions, specifically my altcoins. And now I have short positions in the game. These are not accurate to what I have right now with my short marks. I'll update them tomorrow, but I have new short positions. And I've hit 2 of my targets already, so I'm excited. But I just want to cover a few more things here. Goldman Sachs came out and said that they're going to raise interest rates all 8 sessions. That sounds pretty wild. I don't know how feasible that is, especially seeing that the markets are capitulating with Russia doing what it's doing. I don't know. If it happens, okay. That's not good news for Bitcoin for sure. This is a great video I'm going to watch. Is how does Bitcoin actually work? It's very complicated, but it's really nice to see. This week also we have Biden issuing an executive order on crypto. This is going to spook the market, right? This is going to bring the market down even further. People are not going to be happy or excited to hear about this. So yeah, this is a bit more details on it. So these are the things I wanted to discuss quickly. I don't really have much else to say, except that this week is going to be quite a bit of ups and downs, and I would be definitely ready to purchase things, but you'd want to wait for the right time to purchase things. I don't know when that time is. Remember, this is not financial advice, but financial entertainment. But I'm going to definitely, if we can hit 25,000, I'm putting my entire bag in, right? I'm going to be very excited to do that, because for me personally, I think that's a really, really good deal. Because it's around the 200-week moving average, and I don't think you get better deals than the 200-week moving average. Now, of course, we could have wicks that go down lower to, like, say 20K, which would be amazing, but it is very difficult. So what I'm setting is like buy orders all the way down, and hopefully I hit some of these, and this would be great. Hopefully I hit all of them, and that would be amazing, and that would set me up for thinking. And ideally, I can stop having to think about the market all day long. Like, and once my orders are in and they're purchased, I move everything to a cold wallet and basically enjoy the sunrises and sets, do yoga and go to the gym, right? But I'll still be here despite what happens. I'll continue to post and keep you guys updated. If you have any questions, please reach out in the comments, like this video, and subscribe if you really like it. Otherwise, I will talk to you guys tomorrow.